Sick from school food. More than 500 young people in Boyacá get food poisoning from their school lunches. Don't try this at home. A teenager hospitalized with severe burns after swallowing gasoline to belch flames. Ploy for pesos. His family gets a message he's been kidnapped and to send money. But what they don't know is that the young man is kidnapping himself. And now trading on Wall Street, Colombia's Ecopetrol on the New York Stock Exchange.
From RCN, Colombia's leader in news. This is RCN News in English with Brian Andrews, bringing Colombia to the world.
Good afternoon. There's a health crisis in Boyacá, and it's connected to school lunches. Hundreds of children coming down with food poisoning late last night, and today even more youngsters are showing symptoms. The children are from 3 different schools in the town of Rondon. Authorities say it appears they got sick from homemade yogurt that was served as part of their school lunches on Wednesday. Because late Wednesday night, emergency rooms started filling up with parents bringing in their sick children. Authorities say most of the children are being moved from small clinics to one of the biggest hospitals in the department at Ramer-Aquí. Back to Bogota now, and the story of a teenage flamethrower who's in the hospital after he swallowed gasoline and lit his breath on fire. He's a 9th grader at the Normal Maria Montessori in Bogota. He had the part of a stilt walker in a school play and decided to jazz it up with a little flame-throwing action like the street performers do at the traffic lights in Bogota. So he swallowed gasoline and lit his breath on fire. Well, that caused critical internal burns. He spent the last 5 days in the burn unit at Simon Bolivar Hospital with burns to his throat, his digestive system, his face, and his right arm. It's a family's worst nightmare. The phone rings and the voice on the other end of the line says a loved one has been kidnapped and they want millions for their safe return. This unfortunately happens a lot here in South America, but this latest case has a twist. Police say a young man from Pereira left his home on September 13th to go see his sister in Armenia. Well, he never made it to his sister's house. His family called the police to report him missing. Then they started getting phone calls seeking ransom for his return. They were asking for millions and millions of pesos. Well, police traced the phone calls to his best friend's house and found both of the young men there together. It turns out the young man and his best friend were trying to pull a scam on the young man's family just to get money. Turning to business news, Colombia's state-controlled oil company, Ecopetrol, is going public on the New York Stock Exchange. Colombia's Minister of Mines and Energy, Hernan Martinez, rang the opening bell on Wall Street. He was joined by Ecopetrol President Javier Gutierrez and Mauricio Reina, the former director of the Colombian Federation of Development. The stock of Ecopetrol opened at $23 and at one point was trading at $26 during Ecopetrol's first day on Wall Street. Ecopetrol is now the 2nd Latin American company being traded publicly on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm Brian Andrews reporting from Bogota with a look at Colombia's top stories this afternoon. We leave you in Bucaramanga with some beautiful Colombian orchids. That's RCN News in English. We're bringing Colombia to the world.
This has been a presentation of RCN, Colombia's leader in news and leader in opinion.